Hello, everybody. Nana Des here today. We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to give a little message to the magas. I think they need to hear this, and they need to hear it this time of year more than any other time of year. And I'm just saying. So if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Love me, like me, share me. Don't forget to subscribe. And hangers on, thanks for hanging on. Thanks for coming back. We're catching up. We're in the 170s now. I stayed down to 130, 140 for so long. We're up to 170 something now. Well, 54,170. But anyway, yes, we're catching on. I think things are starting to work a little better. So anyway, hey, MAGA, this is all for you, baby. This is all for you. Do you remember just 9 short months ago? Donald Trump impregnated the United States of America. Remember that? Well, the baby's about to drop November 1st. And apparently that big bastardly bullshit bill that you folks thought was all going to be all good and fine, because the father of that baby was a rich, successful businessman. We all know that's bullshit. That has an overly gaudy fake gold tower in Manhattan. But he cheated some folks when he was living in New York City. That's why he had to hightail it out of there and move to Florida. He cheated some folks. He really did. Contractors didn't pay them. Assaulted others. Couldn't pay his bills. So we thought, you know what? I know how to talk good game. I know how to talk good game. I can say things 3 times, and those poorly educated, they'll learn it real good. And then they'll start spreading it around. So the poorly educated can educate other people. I mean, he hates all the same people you do. That's why you voted for him, right? I mean, look around. How many black and brown people does he hang with anyway? Well, sure, there's a few, right? But he needs them because they talk a good game for him. That's why they're there. A handful at most. And the women, why, they all had to go to Dr. Frankenstein, get new faces. He always tells his extracurriculars, if you know what I mean, that they look just like his daughter, Ivanka. Now they're all talking up on the hill, all those rich white MAGA men, they're all talking about how they're going to make sure that you toe the line, use all those slogans. Every day there's a few more, and then they get to shoving you down in the dirt where I'm guessing they think you belong, but you haven't caught on. But you are devoted to the mango moose knuckle and can you see past those professionally made signs, mass deportations? What millionaire lunatic went to Kinko's or some big high Manhattan place to get those printed? I wonder. Funny how that works. Was it maybe that Timothy Mellon, that rich lunatic? Is he a communist leftist? I don't know. He's the guy that donated $130 million to help the military. Seriously? I know that's a lot of money to us. Some people, $100 is a lot of money too. But that money would only give maybe each soldier $100 one time only. Seen the price of groceries? $100 ain't going too far. Or it would pay for 6 hours of the military's time. 6 hours. I suppose $100 that those soldiers might be getting from Mr. Mellon there is more than what you're going to get come Saturday, November 1st, seeing as SNAP benefits will cease. You better hope your kids get a good haul on Halloween, because the next day, November 1st, that's All Souls Day for those who practice. Timothy Mellon is that special friend that hung out with Jeffrey and Trump. That's right. And Mr. Mellon had a bank called the Bank of New York Mellon. But they are digging in, and seems that he was hiding Jeffrey's huge money operation and transfers. And when folks started digging into this, when Joe Biden was president and looked into criminals, the name Mellon suddenly disappeared from the building of the New York, and now it's just the Bank of New York, no Mellon. See, these rich folks are good at the disappearing stuff, not just those black and brown folks that you call ICE to report on, by the way. Trump is now going to disappear your food. Maybe you should have moved to a Democratic state because they're going to keep food banks stocked from their state funds. If you live in Nebraska and Iowa, I don't know, almost bankrupt there. Those two states, Mississippi, Arkansas, West Virginia, Louisiana, they ain't going to help you. They all depend on federal support. Louisiana, Mississippi are consistently the highest at 18% poverty. In their states, 18% of the people in the state are poor and can't afford food. So, don't know what they're going to do. But that big old rich mango king of yours that you followed around from rally to rally like you thought you were a Grateful Dead fan, you're cheering him on and giving him your paycheck because you got all the shirts and the hats and the boots and the shoes and you name it, and the sashes and signs. Oh, yeah, you got them all. Well, he tells everyone that he knows in his circle that he hates you, and he's laughing at how fucking gullible you really are. And he's laughing all the way to the bank. And again, you're crying all the way to the poorhouse. And his tariffs are just one little part of that. It's the Project 2025. And what promise did he make you? What promises did he make you to get you to go out and vote for him? What promises did he keep? Well, if you had read Project 2025 like that nice brown lady told you to do, you would have caught on that you were going to go hungry. And that was the point. He has made over $3 billion in shady crypto deals, holds dinners for $1 million a plate for his billionaire friends. And you know what? If they never got another cent and stopped working altogether, they would still be earning over $1 million a second. Yeah, $1 million. But Donald Trump took away your SNAP benefits, quadrupled your Medicaid and healthcare insurance premiums, and he's kicking me, Ma, and Papa right the hell out of that nursing home and stripping everything that Joe Biden and Obama before them gave you. Mostly red states, you know, who got those bridges, solar panel fields, wind ender jobs, all gone. No, can't have any of that hoax stuff. 750,000 jobs of hoax. They all had to go. They stripped $150 billion from your hospitals. But to make it look at, they put back $50 billion. Right? Yeah. And they said they were helping. Where's the other $100 billion? Krusty the cosplaying avatar took $172 million from the Coast Guard budget so she could get 2 fancy G5 planes. They're called Gulfstreams, but in her circle of rich people, it's G5s. That's right. This came out while you were wondering if the food bank in your state will be stocked this week. They certainly aren't. They're not going hungry. They all have 6-figure salaries that they aren't giving up, by the way, while you're starving and out of work. And a lot of the people that are being furloughed, there's going to be over 3,000 just going to get fired just because. They all have 6-figure salaries. Most of them were millionaires when they got picked for their lips, apparently. Because Trump said, oh, I love her lips. They move like a machine gun. And I guess Krusty's squeeze of the week there, Corey Lewandowski, should know about his boss's machine gun lips, if you know what I mean, for entertainment purposes only, of course, and allegedly. Are they dating? Like making it official? Anyway, my point is, they are getting rich off your backs. And according to Feed America's CEO, Claire Babineau-Fontenot, she says, I assume people are assuming that people somewhere are going to stop it before it gets too bad. Well, it's already too bad, she said, and it's getting worse. And Governor Tim Walz in Minnesota has said that blue states like his top up the federal contingency money because blue states pay in more and get less back. And he said, I want to be very clear, the USDA during this shutdown has a contingency fund that they could release to us. They are choosing not to. And I can paint any damn picture you want, but they are paying contractors to tear down that east wing of the White House, but they're not putting food into the food banks with the money they're sitting on. So if there's a sense of frustration in America, it's very real. Usually we don't start doing these ads and can't think of the word. But anyway, we don't start doing things like this until closer to Thanksgiving to bring attention to hungry people, we don't need a holiday to show that food insecurity is real. The system we developed helped keep people out of poverty and out of hunger, and improved the quality of some people's lives. He goes on to say that poor children and seniors and veterans and disabled people are going to suffer because of the Mango Moose Knuckles choice to cut off your programs. It was his plan all along, and in my opinion, Project 2025. But you like your rich white businessman. He's so successful. Why would you listen to a left-wing Marxist, communist, socialist lunatic like Tim Walz or Gavin Newsom or J.B. Pritzker? Why would you listen to them? How hungry were you this time last year is my question for you. And how many shutdowns did those leftist terrorist lunatics have during their 4 years when Joe Biden was president in the fully functional, all-in-one-piece White House? That's when you have to really be honest with yourself and say, we had food last year. We had benefits last year. My premium was like $300 a month. Now it's going up to almost $4,000 a month. Joe Biden gave you all that. But socialist left-wing lunatics. Go figure. Anyway, Nana loves you. Be good, be safe. Please take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. Good luck with your me, mom, pap, Al. My heart goes out to y'all because I know there's a lot of good people in those red states that did not ask for this at all. And now apparently MAGAs are saying, we didn't vote for this. You were told to look it up. It was like homework, but you didn't do your homework, so you didn't pass the grade. Just the way it goes. Anyway, take care of you first. Here's a big hug for all of you. Big giant hug. Nana loves you. Vivi's sleeping. I love y'all. Till next time. Hangers on. Thanks for hanging on. And we'll talk to you later. Love y'all.